work as the executive director with the vision for accelerated sustainable development, and also the role as the national coordinator working with the Ghana Non-Communicable Disease Alliance. This year, World Tobacco Day is actually a day that WHO have set aside to remind everyone of the progress we have made as far as tobacco and tobacco-related problems are concerned, and also take stock of the challenges that we have encountered over the years, and then see how we can together at every level contribute to making progress to reduce the burden that we are faced with across the globe at national level, local level, and everywhere. But this year, World Tobacco Day is very significant to the extent that WHO needs to be commended or appreciated for all the good work they are doing, but particularly for, this year, I think subsequent years, looking at the team, that they have, come out with. So it tells us that the WHO is not only focusing on, policies, but also looking at the fact that there are some unseen, aspect of, the industry that is mostly not spoken about. So we are happy that indeed this year World Tobacco Day team, try to, expose the lies, the hidden agendas of the tobacco industry, tobacco, and of course allied groups and industries who try to propagate what the industry try to achieve. So, like I mentioned, we are grateful to that, unmasking, the hidden agenda, the glamorization, and the things that normally we don't see behind the scene that the industry try to to impose or try to do to get hook to our children and young ones who are coming out. For me, I'm particularly happy because as a father or as a parent to children, and of course to other children that I care for, and of course, and many people of course also have children they care for. It's this team is a good one because some of us cannot decipher or think about the harm that this industry tactics and of course clearly every aspect of the industry motive their work is to target young people, children, because as I have said and kept saying, for me and many other adults, there's nothing that can push us to smoke or to use any form of tobacco product. So clearly the industry targets our children and young ones who are coming up. So that is why we feel that this team is very, very important. And as I mentioned earlier, as a parent, we can't imagine, what will happen to our kids who are currently not smoking. They will associate, they will go to school, they will live in their communities. So this team actually resonates very well with everyone, every policymaker at the national level, at the grassroots level, even leaders who are, who promote public health and social intervention, should see this team as a team of as a team of reflection and how we can support the WHO to ensure that we are able to, disseminate this information as much as we can, so that the industry is exposed. It's very much exposed, so that people will know. The hidden agendas and the undue influence of the industry, just so they continue to be in business. We all know that the industry motive is just one, to make profits, and that's they care less about the environment, they care less about the harm that their product causes. The worst of it all is, the fact that the industry is claiming to be part of solving the problem that they have created. And our message to them is that, you cannot solve a problem if you continue to produce your harm products. The best for you is to stop, and then divert into other, other products that's to the benefit of everyone, health-wise and societal-wise, instead of, continue to produce products that kills, that means, that destroy, that has no benefit whatsoever. Than to bring, economic hardship and difficulties to individuals and economies at large. So, like I mentioned, the introduction of new and emerging products like the vapes, shishas, and the e-cigarettes, which the industry claim that these are harmless, or these are products they have brought into the market to solve the problem they have created. The message, to them, and I know that the WHO have sent a strong signal already that these, we don't have any empirical evidence to suggest that these products are good, or these products, serve to solve a particular problem, especially in our part of the world, like in Africa, like in Ghana, like in Kenya, like in many developing economies, where we know very well that by observation that even children and young people who originally were not smoking are now into the habit of smoking because of the advent and the advent of new and emerging products like e-cigarettes and shisha. We have many children and young people in Ghana today who have never taken traditional cigarettes before, but today they are smoking e-cigarettes. So if the industry claim that they are producing e-cigarettes to solve the problem of addiction, the problem of traditional cigarettes, which they claim, and they have admitted that it has a lot of hazardous chemicals, and now they are producing e-cigarettes, and the e-cigarette too, if it's supposed to target people who are smoking, a message should be sent to the industry that that's not the case. People who have not even smoked before are now smoking cigarettes. And when they are not getting the e-cigarette, they eventually are turning to smoking the traditional cigarettes, which we all know that are more harmful than, are very harmful, to health. So our message to policymakers, especially from low resource setting like Ghana and African countries, is that we should know the industry tactics. We should know that they don't aim at good. What they desire is profit and nothing else. And our message to the young ones who are coming up to also know that cigarettes, e-cigarettes, the shishas, does not have any benefits. It has no benefit whatsoever. What it does is to destroy, is to complicate our health burden, is to increase our disease burden, and then increase also the non-communicable disease that we are currently, many countries are struggling to deal with in many parts of the world, especially in Africa. So our message to the Ghana government is to that we should continue to say no to these new and emerging tobacco products, because we know the industries are lobbying. We know that they are knocking the doors of policymakers so that they can get access, to legislative frameworks that will enable them to trade in this new and emerging products. We have made a lot of efforts on using the Framework Convention on Tobacco Control, the first public health policy adopted by the WHO, and it has worked very well for Ghana and many African countries in reducing the NCD prevalence. So we would continue to implement and enforce or ensure that government implement or accelerate implementation of the WHO LCTC to ensure that we are able to continue to reduce the prevalence to a large extent. We don't need e-cigarettes. We don't need new and emerging tobacco products to be able to reduce the extent of damage that tobacco is causing the world and Africa as a whole. Thank you.